Hello viewers, this is Say-La-Vee, and welcome back to our All the Mods 6 Let's Play series, episode 19. I have been busy. I haven't been in the world for a couple of weeks now, honestly, because I recorded episode 17 and 18 at the same time and then just set them up to post when they were supposed to. But I'm happy to be back, So let me show you what I've done with the ME system in the time that I've been preparing for this episode. So, like mentioned over here on the board, we have wanted to get into AE2 even further for auto crafting. So, I have been diving through the recipes here, and I have automated the crafts for these things here. I've added one of these so we could just create those whenever we need to. I just added the interface, the annihilation and formation cores. We can now auto-craft all of the circuits that we need, and we can also finish off the processors in the same thing. So if we go up here to our storage, we have 5 of these that need to get placed down in here. So let's move all this. It should transfer everything that it can. So now our ME system is much better looking when it comes to storage. But what have we set up? So first thing you might notice is that there's some more cables floating around. I have changed the way that the storage is set up down here to use smart cables so we can see exactly how many channels are going into our controller here. So smart cables, if you can't tell, they show you in a brief description of just lines, basically, what you're looking at. So if we didn't have the one probe up there above to show us 4 out of 8 channels, if each line is one channel, and then each black line will glow as a brighter color if there's another channel. Each ME cable of this size, and even the glass cables, those can only run 8 channels. So that means that 8 unique items can be connected to one given network. Why did I upgrade to this? Well, because our auto crafting system broke our storage. So if we look here, we've got 5 channels going into the controller through this one dense cable. Dense cables can hold 32, so each line is 4. So it's 4, 8, 12, 16, and then the next 4 bright lines are the same thing. This cable here is currently running into a P2P tunnel that is linked to this tunnel over here. So this one cable is connected to 6 items: our coprocessor, our 2 crafting storages, and these 3 interfaces. So then instead of running 6 channels into this cable, we are running 6 channels into this P2P system, which then carries 1 channel to where it needs to go, which just so happens to be back into the system. So it comes out this side. This is the input side, that's the output side. So it's transferring the 6 channels from there to here and then putting them in. This cable here is carrying 5 things. So if we count 5, 1 P2P, 2 P2P is 2. Over here, an ME interface to AutoCraft is 3. The input bus, or the import bus to import back into the system, that is 4. And then our storage system over here with all the mob stuff, that would be number 5. So what this setup is doing here, I'll walk around this side so you can see it. What this is doing is this is what crafts our processors. So when we go to craft a processor, it tells the system that we need a redstone dust, a printed silicon, and a printed calculation circuit. All of those items then get forced into this chest, and then these pipes are filtered. So coming out of the side is only redstone, coming out of the bottom is only silicon, and coming out of the top is only the printed circuits, because that is how they get crafted in the inscriber. So if we go over here to our ME system and we look up processor and say we want to craft some logic processors, let's just make 12 of those. we're missing 12 silicon. So let's come over here. I had some of that cooking up. So let's go back to processor. Let's make 12 of these and then start that craft. And now what we can do is we can come over here. This is going to start filling with items. And then once this finishes, it gets pulled out the back via the import bus, which then imports it into the ME system. And then this is set up so each side does what it's supposed to. Because the thing with these inscribers is that you can't input to wherever you need to. They actually have to input to these 3 slots, just like a vanilla furnace. This is the input on the top. The output is the finished product, and then the side would be the fuel in the furnace situation. So by having those automated completely, we can go in here and say, okay, I need an interface. So if we craft this, let's say we want to make 5 interfaces. This is going to craft the annihilation and formation cores using our logic processors. And then these charged in nether quartz are what create the formation and the annihilation cores. So we hit start. We can come up here. It'll show us that it is currently crafting those cores. Should be. I guess I'm not sure why that's not working. This isn't crafting anything. Those aren't broken. Does it think we have stuff in the system, but it doesn't? Well, that's a kink I'm gonna have to work out, I guess. I wonder if it's trying to put all the stuff in this barrel. It is. Okay. So that means we're gonna have to fix the system. So basically what's happening is it doesn't understand that I need it to go into the molecular assembler. So instead, it is trying to put items into this barrel. Interesting. I wonder why it's prioritizing the barrel over what it's supposed to be doing. Something I could do is change this so instead of pulling out, I could blacklist these items. Possibly, maybe. We're gonna have to reevaluate that, because that's the first time I've seen something like this go wrong. There's no priority on the assembler. Okay, so basically what's happening is I'm telling it to autocraft. It's going into this interface where it had the recipes, and then it's deciding to push to the side instead of downwards. And then those items don't know where to go, because this barrel is simply to extract the 4 pieces, or the 4 materials that we need to craft the calculation, engineering, logic, and silicon pieces. Those then, just like over there, all get siphoned out and then put into this chest, and then this chest import buses into the system. If it were a storage bus, then it would read this as a valid storage and it would store our items in there. So import is what we need, because then that imports it through the system, blah, 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 down into these. So that is our ME update, our Applied Energistics update. Let's get to the rest of the video, and I will try and sort out our crafting problem. Okay, so I have fixed our ME problem. Basically what I did was, just like over there, I made sure that this points towards the barrel, and then this is only our processors, or sorry, our printed items. And then I moved the molecular assembler from that corner to this one, and then just put another interface over here. So if we go up top here, we can go to our interface, and then this will show barrel, chest, and then molecular assembler 3. Which it means there's 3 interfaces touching 1 molecular assembler. So this is everything we've got on Autocraft, Neato, and then down here we have another storage bus connected to a drawer controller slave set at priority 1000, just like that one and that one over there. And then this is now allowing us to see our Certus quartz. So we can finally see all that in the system. It shows us all our seeds. It shows us the essence if we have any. If we go to netherite, we've got 176 netherite ingots in the system currently. It's also showing us all of our seeds. I don't know why I have a pufferfish in my inventory, but that's interesting. So yeah, this has just been hard at work over here, if you could not tell. Let's go turn off this for now. This has just been routing items like normal and has been very busy at auto crafting. So perfect, that is there now. And now if we go back to essence, this will show us all the essence that's over there. So something that I need to do is, if we're going to be using this as our regular storage, we need to put drawer upgrades and all these items that are going to be contained over here. So it looks like all the big items that I'm worried about have upgrades in them already. We need one for the netherite and for the regular quartz, but everything else looks like it's fine for now. Mushrooms are over here still. All of our redstone is being stored over here, which is interesting because I forgot that that's a higher priority. So we've got 3,000 redstone in the system. That's good to know. All right. What would we like to do this episode? Well, I've got a few things on the mind. So we checked the board real quick. I showed you everything there. I showed you the basic P2P, the unobtainium site. I took some time and I went to the end. I found an N Highlands and I found one ore of unobtainium. So we have a charm now. Where's my backpack? Right there. We have a charm now with Unbreaking 4 on there, so we can go find some more when we need to. However, the thing that we needed in the end first was the wither. So today, I would like to do some things to increase the usefulness of the wither. First being, we need wither roses in order to make this compass here. We need charms of wither, which I believe the potions of wither use the skull. Explorer's compass is going to take a whole bunch of blood magic, so we're going to have to start working on that in the coming episodes. The honeycomb blocks is no big deal. However, the withering trap requires a wither rose. So what we need to do is we need to spawn a wither and then put mobs inside of it and let it kill the mobs. My idea for that was I was going to make some... We don't have any vector plates currently. However, we could probably disassemble this momentarily and build ourselves a mob farm that places all of the mobs that are spawned into a room with a wither. How do we want to do that? Well, if we go to wither in JEI, we can see this recipe right here of tempered dark glass. And this glass is immune to light explosions and wither blasts. So that means that if we put a wither inside a containment chamber of just this item, we can contain it from blowing things up. So then if we build a funnel on top of that and then shoot enemies or mobs of any kind down that funnel, then they'll fall into its space, the wither will blow them up, and then we can have some sort of vacuum hopper to pick up the items. Another thing that I would like to do that requires the wither is we are going to have to start getting a little bit further into Botania later on in order to get to a point where we can kill the Gaia Guardian. Obviously, that's part of our achievements that we want to complete, and then obviously in the creative here, a couple of these items are definitely going to need things from the Gaia Guardian, I do believe. If I'm mistaken, then whatever, I'm mistaken. However, the only thing that we have to create mana at the moment is our Endoflame setup. So, what I would like to do... Excuse me. what I would like to do is hit the right button. First off, I would like to create a wither flower. I am not even going to try and pronounce that second word. Aconite, maybe? Wither aconite? I don't know. But this is going to require a wither rose as well. And what this does is it basically eats, just like it says, it gobbles nether stars and turns those into mana, which is very nice. So what we're going to need is 2 black flowers. That's no big deal. A wither rose, honestly, isn't going to be that hard, I don't think. And then a rune of pride. So the rune of pride is 2 mana diamonds, some mana, obviously, a rune of summer, which we have not made yet, and a rune of fire, which we have made. That's just that recipe there. The rune of summer is a rune of earth and a rune of air, some sand, a slime ball, and a melon. So I am going to go collect the resources we are going to need to make those runes, and then I will be back and we can get those made, and then we can start looking into getting some wither roses automated. Alright, so we're back over here now. We have moved some mana around so we can hopefully get this all taken care of. So first we need a rune of air. So once this finishes, we will have 2 runes of air, which we will then use 1 and the stuff that I've got set aside here to make our rune of summer. And then we will need that rune of summer and this pile of stuff here to make our rune of pride. So I'm going to get that done. Hope and pray that this is enough mana to get all of it accomplished. And then Is that not what I need? Melon slice, slime ball, 2 sand, a rune of air, and a rune of earth. Come here. Alright, let's see if it needs to be done in the specific order. Okay, so those are on there. 2 sand. A slime ball. I bet I know what it is. It requires an actual slime ball, not a different kind. So, go back over here. No big deal. We have so many slime balls. Get that on there. And now, we're just going to wait for this to finish. And I'll be back. Alright, and there it is. Our first rune of pride and rune of summer. So, now all we need to do is sit around and wait for the time to come where we have a wither rose. Well, that doesn't require waiting, that requires action. So let's get on it. So, what we need is that glass. So if we go to wither, which I just cleared out of my system, right here, we need black stained glass. So let's just get a stack of that for now. And then let's make a stack of this glass. And then we can craft it like so to make it a connected texture. So what I want to do is I want to build this down here so we don't have to build a floor, we just have to build walls. Know what I mean? So let's clear out a good bit of land here. I'm going to clear this out and then I'll bring you back. It's probably going to take a second. Alright, so I'm back up here now. What we need to do is we need to get some soul sand to craft a wither. Or not craft, but spawn a wither. And then some wither skulls. Where is my mouse? We need 3 of those. Let's clear out that. Alright. So what I did is I went up there to where we were collecting the meat. And I got rid of the zombie spawner because I want to place it here in the center. And I'm hoping that what this will allow us to do is it will spawn zombies in that space there. And then Once it comes time, the zombies will see us, want to walk our direction. Just trying to make it so they can't spawn up here, because I don't know if they will or not. We'll just cover this off. Just like so. Just so they can't spawn anywhere else. And then, let's spawn ourselves a wither. So, I'm hoping that the explosion will not cause damage through the ground. This will spawn zombies, and they will walk into that hole. Oh, he's suffocating. Or he's hurting himself, I can't tell. No, I don't think so. No, he looks fine. Okay, so the zombies are coming my way. They're going to get pushed down in there. The wither should kill them. I was hoping the wither would kill him. It's trying, it seems. They are withered. He has to actually kill them. Hey, there we go. Oh, he's holding a wither rose. You guys need to die. Come here. What I need is a trap door. If I put a trap door there, they'll think it's a block they can walk on, and then they'll try and walk across it. Do. Let's get ourselves a trap door. So, let's just craft a couple of that. Spruce trap door. I was unaware that these existed. I think this is actually a Minecraft recipe. Yeah, it's a Minecraft specific game recipe. Alright, so we'll do that. Now they'll spawn and they'll try and walk across the trapdoor and then fall. But they should be dropping wither roses. Perfect, so I've got 2. Yeah, so they're like killing the wither. We're trying to. Let's make sure that this zombie trap is working. We just got some Inferious Essence. We've got 3 wither roses so far. That was supposed to spawn. Come here. Come here. There you go. Oh, they're getting burnt by the sun. We don't want that to happen. Just gonna build ourselves a little safety net here. So we can just walk backwards. Grab some torches too, even though we have night vision. Alright. Drop that. Come on. Good zombie. So now this wither should just kill zombies. It shouldn't go anywhere. I don't think. We might actually have to name it to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. Can we make name tags? I think we've looked this up before. Name tag. Okay, we can. We need an alchemy catalyst, and then we can make one. We can also make it with whatever the heck this thing is. Yep, don't know what any of that is. But we are slowly getting wither roses, which is great. If you would just attack in the direction of the enemies, we wouldn't be having problems right now. Come on. I mean, whatever. We got the wither roses we're gonna need. So, we'll let them hang out down there for now. We'll check and see if we have a name tag. If not, we might have to go find one. Name tag? Oh, we do. We have 1. Okay. So, let's name this tag. Of course, the only name that's ever the right option. Alright, we are back with our named tag. There we go. Perfect. Our little friend. The dinner bone. That's awesome. I've never seen someone name a wither dinner bone, but I love it. All right. So we have 11 wither roses to our name. So let's go get ourselves a wither flower over here, which we already automated this a while ago. Boom. So we have ourselves a wither aconite. So a very important piece of this project is not to let the nether star despawn. So it will be consumed by the flower. The flower will slowly consume it over time. However, what will also happen is it will despawn if it's on the ground for 5 minutes, because the flower will not consume all 5. It won't consume it in the 5 minutes that it's on the ground. So what we need to do is we need to craft some sort of setup that will stop the flower from consuming, or it will stop the flower from allowing it to despawn. So let's stop stumbling over my words and let's just show you what I found. So if we take a redstone clock and we set it to a duration of 200 ticks with a delay of 1, power of 15, a absorption hopper is affected by redstone. So what we can do is we can drop the nether star on the ground. We can link this flower to that mana spreader. So if we, yep, perfect. So this is, oh. Okay, so this did its job. It picked up the faded nether star. So now we place an open crate. Make sure we pay attention to what side this is. So south is item. So what it's going to do is it's going to drop it. And then once this clock ticks, it is going to unpower the hopper. The hopper will pick up the star, shove it into the crate, and the crate will drop it automatically. So like we just saw there, it is actually doing its job. And it is just constantly consuming that nether star. And then we have over here, we are generating mana. Wonderful. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a super fast process, but it is a very good process. So this currently has that durability remaining. So this one nether star will last us quite a while. It will do its job, and it will not ever despawn because it is constantly flickering back and forth from in an inventory and in the world. So, what do we want to do next? Now that we have a good way of generating mana with just a mob farm, basically, because we've got the wither skeletons being farmed and soul sand can be gathered super easy, we don't need to run this anymore. We will more than likely run it when it comes time to need more mana than what this is producing, but I think this is going to hold us over just fine. What can we do? Well, the next thing that I had in mind... Alright, so one thing I know for certain that we can do is we can get ourselves this glyph of wither. It's a wither skeleton skull, some mythical clay, which is marvelous clay, magic clay, which is a source gem, some redstone, and a clay ball, so we can make one of those. Go back in here, go back to the glyph, make this one here, and now we make this one here, and now we need a glyph press. I'm not sure if this runs off of source or not. If it does, we're going to have to figure that out. Wither. If not, we should just be able to get by just placing this thing over here and calling it good. Let's put it here. Why not? There needs to be source nearby. Okay. So now we need to start generating source. So let's go into our book here, go to Ars Nouveau, and actually start into this quest line. So we get a worn notebook, which is all the documentation, and a player head, which the player head can just go right here, I guess. Hello. Next in the quest. So we don't want to go this direction. We want to go this direction. So let's hop into this book. Getting started. We'll need a source jar and source link. Stop typing. Hate that. So source jar. Let's run back over here. Let's pull up the mod. Ars Nouveau. Where is the source jar? That's the creative source jar. That is the regular source jar. So we need one of those. Okay, perfect. We are going to need a source link, it said, which is no problem. I don't think. Yeah, no, we can do that. No problem. We're probably going to need more source gems. So where is the source gem? Right there. So these are just found in the world. We cannot craft source gems. You can in later versions of the mod, in like further mod packs, but unfortunately we cannot do that yet. So let's see what we're going to have to do. So we've got a source jar. Okay. We've got a source link. Okay. Not enough source. Well, clearly, we need to do more than that. We need to actually generate source. Sorry, I was just reading there real quick. So how do we... World generation, maybe? Crystallizer. Oh, I just collected source. I think, from what I've seen in different versions of this mod, this will generate source by plants growing. So maybe what we do is we take this. Oh, we have the glyph press now. Let's get some wheat seeds and some dirt. And let's go down here and let's actually set back up a little bit of a garden. Because I don't think I ever highlighted on camera that I did this, but I did get rid of this garden over here a while ago. Turn that back on. We need a hoe. Hoe. We've been using those to craft farmland. Okay. Plant our seeds. Now we'll get our source jar, our glyph press, and our link. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So now let's get our watering can. Where is our watering can? I'm apparently either blind or it's in here. Watering. No, okay, so I'm just blind. It's in here somewhere. Okay. Okay, right there. Boom. Alright. We did upgrade our watering can at some point. So now by doing this, we will get a lot more source. Not enough source. I don't know how much that's going to take. I don't know how that happened, but I placed the skull on top of the crops. Okay. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for this jar to fill, and then I'll bring you back. Well, I just tried it again while that was at 50%, and it worked. So I guess we didn't need this to fill. We just needed 50%. Let's turn this off, please. Put that away, put our building gadget away, head back upstairs here, and now our glyph of wither is all taken care of. So we can put those back in the system. We're going to hold on to this worn notebook, and now we know that we have source. So I'm going to make a couple more source jars and just let source build up there over time with the last 2 stone we had. Perfect. So those should fill. Let's just double check. Okay, so it's not filling all of them. It's just filling the one that it's over, which is weird. Move this so I can actually look at these. That's at 0, that's at 32, that's at 0. Move this up there, maybe? It's at 34. Let's see if it goes up. Oh, I think it just shot down into it. 35. Okay, it's not pushing into it. That's at 38 now. I wonder how we link that stuff. Do we need a spellbook to link it? Let's get into the worn notebook and let's take a peek. So, go to source, source link, pull source from nearby crop and tree growth. Bonus mana is generated for magical plants such as mage blooms. Source will be output from the source link to nearby jars within 5 blocks. Bone mealing crops will not grant source, but the watering can does. So this will just send source to the nearby jars. That's no problem. Okay, so we don't need to link it, it's just going to work. Perfect. So, if we really wanted to, we could actually get into Ars Nouveau now and start looking into spells and such if we were interested, but honestly, this version of the mod, I am not interested. I want to wait until we get to a next mod pack that has a little bit more going for it. I don't think this version of Ars is as interesting as the newer one. So, we'll just hold off for now. In the meantime, let's go check over here and see what our status is at. I've been working on the bees behind the scenes like I said I would. Just kind of making sure that we can keep pushing forward. So if we go to Hive, we're up to 1 tier 5 Hive right now. And we are trying to make another tier 3. But yeah, we're just missing beeswax. So that's still working. I'm almost there, about halfway to an apiary, because this hive is actually easier to make than this one, which makes no sense to me, but hey, whatever. We'll do it if we need to. So we've got some Rs. Wonderful. Ow. Why am I poisoned? We've got some Rs. That's cool. We have wither roses. That's awesome. We have a wither stuck down here in a jar. Great. So, I think what we're going to do is call it an episode. And then next episode, what we will do is we will work a little bit further into the wither compass. And it looks like, based on... Oh, my magnet was on, so I picked up that star. It looks like what we're going to need to do in order to finish the wither compass is just wait for the combs, and we are going to have to get ourselves into blood magic. So, that being said, we're going to call it there, and next episode we will start building ourselves an altar and I will clear out a section probably right there, and we will build the altar right behind our base. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, dislike it. If you have anything that you'd like to say to me in the comments, do so in the comment section. Yes, I am so good with words. But other than that, I wish that you guys have a good night or good morning or good evening or good afternoon or good day, whatever it is for you at the time of you watching this video. This is Say-La-Vee. Bye-bye.